What's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the film Oppenheimer. Now this film is directed by Christopher Nolan and it stars Cillian Murphy in the role of Oppenheimer, or Robert Oppenheimer, and you know he's like supposedly considered like the father of the atomic bomb. Now this is also based on a novel too as well, known as, I think it's Prometheus? Yeah, American Prometheus, which is written by Kai Bird and Martin J. Sherman. So the film does basically chronicle like the life of Oppenheimer, and he's like the one who developed, like was part of developing like the nuclear weapons, like known as like the Manhattan Project. So he's basically like a part of that. And you know, and I started like the atomic age or something. I must admit I wasn't really too familiar. I knew about the atomic bomb, but I wasn't like too familiar with that particular person. You know, I wasn't really too like big on him. Now this film was like 3 hours long, and it's a slow burn type film too as well. And it's directed by Christopher Nolan, so that's why I was kind of surprised by how I felt about the film. And it was cool seeing like Cillian Murphy like leading one of his films, because I know him and Cillian Murphy do like a lot of films together, like the Dark Knight trilogy. And Cillian Murphy was also like in Inception, and plus he was also like in Dunkirk and so on. Because I think all those movies right there are like awesome, like very like well done movies, especially like Dunkirk. I really did like that one a lot too. Now the film itself does chronicle like Oppenheimer, like I guess they did de-aging scenes, because you do get to see scenes where you see like flashbacks to when he was like younger and so on, like in school and so on. And you could see like Kenneth Branagh and other characters too as well. You could tell they were like younger, so I think they was like using de-aging technology throughout the film, but it doesn't really stand out too much. You know, you can't really even tell, but I believe they had to be doing it because like Cillian looks younger. You can see like when he's like younger and so on, but it doesn't really stand out like that. But you could tell they had to be doing that. Now you also have Emily Blunt, who's in the film as his wife, known as Catherine Oppenheimer, so she's also in the film. Now I think the performances throughout the film were like done very well. So I think even like, I guess like the direction of the film, like the cinematography of the film and everything like that is done pretty good. And I like how like the wide open like shots and so on that were like filmed this song, because you know Christopher Nolan really did film this like specifically for like IMAX like screens, so it does show like at times, you know, like the wide angles that he has throughout the film and so on. Now like Matt Damon is in the film as Leslie Groves. I want to like get into all the various characters. There was like just so many, so I just touch on all the actors and the actresses. Like Robert Downey Jr. plays Louis Strauss. You have Josh Hartnett, who plays Ernest Lawrence. Casey Affleck as Boris Pash. And there's also like other characters who have like minor roles. There's also like some surprises in the film too. I didn't suspect these particular actors to show up, and they are like the usual kind of actors who show up like in Christopher Nolan films too. You have Dylan Arnold as Frank Oppenheimer. I was kind of interested in seeing him in this particular film, because I know he was kind of recently in those Halloween films, like the Halloween from 2018 and the Halloween Kills film. So I thought it was kind of cool seeing him show up in this film. But the film does focus on like the younger like years of like Oppenheimer, and plus how you can see how smart, how mathematical he was, like the genius of him. And at the same time, he had like an incident in his past where he actually supposedly had poisoned, I think, like his professor or a teacher, because you could see him take like an apple that his teacher was going to eat, because it was just sitting on the table, and he had put like some, I forgot what it was. Dang, what was that? Some kind of like cyanide. He put it into the apple, you know. You don't really get to see what happened to his professor, but apparently he did have something like that in his past, you know. And that's kind of one of the things that's going on with the film. You can tell that he had like a bad type history, you know. Because like throughout the film, like he's like on trial for certain things. They didn't know that he had did this and that and all that. I'm not going to go into all that, but it's I just leave it at that. But throughout the film, you get to see them putting the bomb together and all that stuff like that. You can see how when they're testing like the bomb, how you can see it blow up and so. I thought that was kind of interesting too, because you can see like the explosion from like the bomb, but you don't really hear like the sound of the bomb till after, like the after effect or something like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting and kind of cool. But other than that, the film, it is like a I don't know, it's just like, and I know it's been getting like well reviewed, like on Rotten Tomatoes and so on. Everybody thinks it's like one of the best films ever and all that kind of stuff like that. And it is kind of a surprise, because Christopher Nolan, like most of his films, I do really enjoy. Like I must admit, I didn't really enjoy Tenet too much, you know. But like most of all his films that I have seen, I have really enjoyed like a lot. But I feel like this film, it was just like a slow burn. It's like at times it's like it was kind of just hard to follow it. Like it'll jump from here, jump to there, and jump that. Sometimes it had like black and white like film shots and so on. Like it'd be like a black and white footage and so on. Then it'd be back in color. I don't know, it's just, I don't know, I just wasn't really like feeling it, and probably because I didn't really have an interest in the subject matter of the film itself. But it was still seem like Cillian Murphy though, 'cause I'm a fan of like his films like 28 Days Later, I liked that, you know, Red Eye, the Dark Knight trilogy. I thought all them kind of films out there were like awesome. Like with Cillian Murphy, I like his films. I know he was like even in the second Quiet Place film too, and other films like that. But other than that, like I said, I just thought it was just okay. I just wasn't really entertained about it. It was just something like off about it. But I guess, and it's like very long. It does feel like it's like 3 hours long too. I'm not gonna lie, it does feel like it's really that long. And I know this film has been getting well reviewed, like I mentioned before. But I don't know. But in the end, Oppenheimer, I'm gonna give it like a straight up C. And like I said, it wasn't surprise me because I really am a fan of like Christopher Nolan films. I do like a lot of his films that they do are very good. Like Dunkirk, I thought was excellent. That was one example of a film I thought he just did very well on. But this particular film right here, I gotta give it a C. So that was my review for Oppenheimer, and I guess I recommend it for like fans of this particular like style of genre, like say the atomic bomb, like historical type stuff like that. I would definitely recommend it for that crew. But anyway, please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.